this is Furry Murray 7, and this is How to Kill the Dragon in the High Wall of Lothric. Now, while other YouTubers might tell you that you should use bows and arrows, we're mages. We don't need to debase ourselves by resorting to common archery. Not to mention the fact that if you don't already have enough dexterity to wield the bow, that's going to cost you some souls, and it's going to cost you even more souls to buy the no less than 50 fire arrows or 500 wood arrows that it's going to take to kill this dragon. The method I'm going to show you, you can do for absolutely free. No souls required. You can do it right out of the gate at level 1, or level 6 if you prefer. This guide assumes that you're starting as the sorcerer starting class. Now, before you go off against the dragon, there's a few things you need to do first. First of all, you need to pick up the binoculars. If you already know where they are, you can skip ahead to the next part of this video. But if not, you're going to need to pick them up. So, starting from the first bonfire in Lothric, you have to warp there from Firelink Shrine. Activate the bonfire, and then head down this way, and there's a number of enemies down here. But before you go off into the tunnel, first you're going to take a left down that passageway up the stairs. Be careful not to attack that dragon up there. And go up the next set of stairs. And here is the binoculars. Make sure you don't actually fall into the trap. There's a guy ambushing you. But once you pick up the binoculars, the way you equip it is to open up your equipment inventory. And then go down to your consumable item, your belt, item belt. And then equip the binoculars in the belt. And then to use the binoculars, you'll have to scroll down to the binocular item and then press the X button if you're using the Xbox controller. I don't know what the equivalent button is on the PC or the PlayStation, so you're just going to have to mentally translate what I'm saying into your buttons. But yeah, press the X use item button to look through the binoculars. You can use the right analog stick to move the camera around. The left analog stick does nothing, and when you want to close the binoculars, press the X button again. Don't press the B button. It will close the binoculars, but it will also cause you to do a back step. And if you're standing on the edge of a ledge, for instance, and you back step off of there, it might kill you. So just remember this. Don't press the B button to put the binoculars away. Press the X button. And while the binoculars are being used, you can press use the D-pad up and down buttons to zoom in and out. And this is how you will fight the dragon. Now, if you're already familiar with how the binoculars works, it works exactly the way it did in the original Dark Souls. If you're not yet familiar, this is actually a very, very good spot to practice your sniping skills. There's no reticle, there's no circle in the middle of the screen. You're going to have to guess where the exact middle of your screen is, and then align up your target with the exact middle of your screen. And then, after that's done, push the cast button to cast a soul arrow. And you can actually practice trying to destroy these chairs right here. Once you cast the spell, you don't have to realign, you don't have to bring up the binoculars again every time you cast. The only thing is, though, you'll cast, this soul arrow will aim for the middle of wherever it was you were looking when you were looking through the binoculars, but it will reset if you move your character, or if you move the camera, you will cast the spell in a different direction. So if you do want to cast in a different direction, make sure you take care of that. But anyway, once you're done with that, it might actually be beneficial to ignite the next bonfire before you try tackling the dragon, just in case you die. Then you don't have to run through that whole gauntlet all over again. Run past the dragon, underneath it, and you'll eventually be able to get into this little room, turn right, and here is the bonfire. Now, while you're here at this bonfire, one bit of preparation you will probably have to do is to allot more Ashen Flasks. Start the game with one focus flask, the Ashen Flask, but you can actually go to the Firelink Shrine, talk to Andre, and he can switch over and convert regular Estus to Ashen Estus. I suggest having at least 2 Ashen Estus with you, because you're going to need it. You probably will use your entire focus bar fighting the dragon, so it will help to have at least 1 or 2 Ashen Estus flasks with you. Now, this means that fighting the enemies on your way over there, you're going to have to rely a little bit more on melee weapons, God forbid. But pretty soon you'll be able to ditch those worthless melee weapons. Now, make your way back to the staircase that led up to the dragon. If you're really tricky, you can actually get there from the second bonfire, run backward, past those other enemies, and you can use the dragon's fire breath to kill those enemies for you. Make sure that you don't caught in the dragon breath while you're at it. But anyway, once you're here, you're gonna wait for an opening. And then as fast as you can, run to the gate, directly under where the dragon is. And he'll blow fire, but don't be scared, because you're actually in a safe spot. The safe spot is actually pretty large. The area that he cannot hit with fire. And don't worry, he won't use melee attacks against you in that area. You are completely free and safe. So, as soon as you get the chance, you're going to run up onto this ledge here. And you're going to aim your binoculars towards this area. Or any other area that you can access from here. This is probably the best spot to aim your binoculars. Make sure that you're far enough back so that you can have a good view of the dragon, but also that you're not too far back you get hit with the fire breath. So, from here, you're simply going to aim your binoculars, fire, and as long as you remain in that position and don't move your character and don't move your camera, you will hit the dragon every single time. Just make sure to watch your focus so that your focus doesn't run out, and casting spells will cost you stamina, so watch your stamina, although the stamina really isn't a problem in this situation. And simply rinse and repeat until the dragon is dead. Like I said, if you are doing this like right from the start of the game, you probably won't be able to kill him with 1 focus bar. You're probably going to need to drink an Ashen Flask to refill your focus and continue attacking. But once he's dead, don't turn off the video yet, because there's a couple more things I should talk about. Loot the area, the entire area. Get some corpses, some embers, things like that. Make sure you check down on the bottom portion of the area to see if any of those enemies dropped items. And then you're going to go up where the dragon was, open the gate, and then once you go down, you will notice a treasure chest, but it's not a real treasure chest. This is a mimic. It is an enemy, and it will kill you if you try to open this chest. You're going to have to kill it. Now, one thing you could do is you could actually use the same binocular sniping method that you used with the dragon. Aim your binoculars at it from up on this ledge here, and you can shoot it from there. But you probably shouldn't engage with the mimic until you first opened that gate. The gate only unlocks from this side, so don't forget to open that gate. Otherwise, you're going to have to run around, and you won't have the dragon to help you kill those other enemies. Now, one thing that you can do, if the mimic is, if you're trying to kill the mimic from up on the ledge, and it's difficult to hit him because he moves around so fast and he dodges the spells, one thing you can do is stand on this staircase while he's running around, with ants in his pants. Stand on this staircase and wait here for about, not long, about 15-20 seconds. And the mimic will get tired of chasing you, and he'll actually go back into his chest form. And he'll sit back down. He'll sit close to the spot where he originally was sitting, but he won't be exactly on target. But he'll still be in range for you to hit him with binoculars. It might be a little tricky to hit him that close up, but if you aim your binoculars like that, you can hit him, and he'll get up, and then you simply exit, stand on the staircase, and do it again. Keep in mind, though, that if you stand on that staircase, it may activate that that hollow enemy that's sitting beside the staircase there, so you may end up with a fight on your hands, so watch your back. Once that guy is dead, you can loot the item he dropped, and you are done. Please click that icon in the upper right-hand corner of the screen to see some of my other Dark Souls 3 videos. I have tons of videos, or at least I will. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, I will have tons of Dark Souls 3 videos that you can click on. Make sure you please click the like button before you forget. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.